And with that, the AFC and NFC championship matches have officially been decided. This week consisted of some extremely close games and some kickers who might need to look for new jobs. In this video, we will be recapping the divisional round, telling you all once again how my predictions are looking and how I see the championship games playing out. Make sure to watch till the end to hear my thoughts on both the AFC and NFC championship games, and without further ado, let's begin. For our first matchup, we had the Houston Texans versus the Baltimore Ravens. For my predictions to stay alive, I needed Baltimore to win this game, and they did, beating Houston by a score of 34-10. This game went pretty much as expected. Baltimore is the Super Bowl favorite this year, and the Texans are a very young team, so they were not expected to win this game. However, this game was a lot closer than what the score said. Baltimore was only up by a touchdown going into the fourth quarter, but then Lamar Jackson absolutely dialed in and sealed Houston's fate. The Texans' offense was simply non-existent in this game. Their only touchdown was scored on a punt return. Stroud completed 19 out of 33 passes for 175 yards and 0 touchdowns as well as 0 interceptions. I wouldn't say that was expected out of him considering the game he had against the Browns, but also considering he's a rookie QB going up against the Super Bowl favorite, this result was definitely a possibility. Jackson, on the other hand, completed 16 out of 22 passes for 152 yards and threw for 2 touchdowns with no interceptions. On top of that, he rushed for over 100 yards and had 2 rushing touchdowns. A fantastic game from him. All in all, for the Ravens, you were expected to win this game, and for the Texans, nobody expected you to make it here, so this season is still very much a win for you guys. Next up, we had Green Bay versus San Francisco. My predictions included the 49ers winning this game, and that's exactly what they did, beating Green Bay by a score of 24-21. Man, Green Bay, you guys had this game. The Packers were in it until the very end. Man, they were winning the game until the very end. The missed field goal by Carlson, the McCaffrey touchdown to put the Niners up, followed by Jordan Love throwing the ball right into San Francisco's defense to seal the game. Man, it was so close. I honestly thought Green Bay was going to do it. Both quarterbacks were okay, I guess. Love definitely had the better game up to that interception. Purdy's throws were off, and to be honest, he got carried by McCaffrey and Kittle. Just like the Texans, Green Bay has nothing to be ashamed of. They were not expected to be in this spot, and they were only going to go up from here. Congrats to San Francisco on advancing. Maybe this year will end up better than the last. Moving on, we have the Lions versus the Buccaneers. I needed the Lions to win this game, and they did, beating the Bucs by a score of 31-23. This game was back and forth until the very end. Every time Detroit scored, Tampa would answer immediately. Detroit started to pull away in the fourth quarter, scoring 2 touchdowns, but Tampa answered back with a touchdown of their own. Unfortunately, just like Jordan Love, Baker Mayfield threw a pick to ice the game. Both quarterbacks were good. Goff threw for 287 yards and 2 touchdowns on 30 out of 43 passes, while Baker threw for 349 yards and 3 touchdowns on 26 out of 41 passes. The only issue was Mayfield's 2 interceptions to Goff's 0. It was so nice to see both Mayfield and Goff performing at this level. 2 guys who were both written off by the league who have came storming back to prove everybody wrong. However, I am more happy for Detroit. You guys have been waiting so long for this. Even though I picked San Fran to beat you guys in the championship game, I hope I'm wrong. I want to see you guys go all the way. Congrats on advancing to the championship game. You've earned it. For our last game, we had the Bills versus the Chiefs. I had both of these teams eliminated by this point, so this didn't affect my predictions. But just like every other year they versed in the playoffs, the Chiefs beat the Bills by a score of 27-21. Buffalo. Every year. I mean, Allen was alright, passing-wise. He was great rushing-wise. All around, run game was decent, receiving game wasn't very good, but at the same time, you were competing against Kansas until the very end. All until Tyler Bass shanked that ball way right. It's just every year with this team. They're like a slightly better Dallas Cowboys. High expectations but can't get it done. They simply have to make a change. They can't keep running it back every year expecting a different outcome. On to the Chiefs side. Mahomes looked good. Kelsey caught the ball again, which was nice. and it was cool to see Jason Kelce tailgating with the Bills fans. All around a very, very entertaining game. Now, for how my predictions are looking. For all of you clowning me during my predictions video, look at me now. 3 out of 4 championship picks made it here. Not too bad if I do say so myself. I definitely think it will be harder than expected for the Ravens to advance, considering they are now versing a hot Chiefs team, which is an incredibly difficult thing to do. I obviously picked San Francisco to advance to the Super Bowl, but to be honest, I'm 100% on the Lions bandwagon, so I hope I'm incorrect. I'm also a Seahawks fan, so seeing the Niners doing good makes me want to throw up. I'm still confident my picks will happen, but not as confident as I was before. So that does it for this video. If you've made it this far and you've liked what you've seen, please be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and turn on notifications so you know whenever I upload. Also, be sure to leave a comment telling me how your predictions are looking and how you see the championship games playing out. I appreciate you all taking time out of your day to watch my videos, and I will see you all again very soon.